Hey, welcome to the channel. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Angie Lee. Today I want to get into a conversation about obesity and trauma. It is very common for those of us who are obese to have had trauma in the past. Because I do videos on Amy mostly, I'm going to start with her. Amy Ramadan. Her father committed suicide when she was an infant. She was tossed around by different family members after she went into foster care. She was abused by her step-grandfather sexually, and nobody believed her. Amy gets comments like,
"Wow, you're huge."
"Ew, I'm never going to be able to get the image of Amy bouncing on a ball out of my head."
"You're never going to progress if you think 480 pounds is kind of good."
"Dear God, why do all these 500-pound women love sticking their tongues out?"
"Those little bit of arm movements are never going to burn the thousands of calories you eat in a day."
I like the end because she's still talking and thinks we're even listening.
I have seen some delusional people before, but my goodness.
She had miscarriages, as well as multiple other issues that are too much to go into detail in a short little video.
The opening of this box is very hard for me. Because again, it's my only memories I have of my baby. The only things I have.
Chantelle, Miss Foodie Beauty. Chantelle grew up without a father. She lived in a group home when her mother could no longer control her. She had many issues with sex and drugs in her teen years. She had an abortion in her 20s, and the man she was with for 9 years broke her heart when she could no longer have children. She has possible mental health issues as well that she has not publicly discussed, or possibly doesn't even know about.
Chantelle gets comments such as, "Eat less, walk more."
"Commit to the content and your audience will come. Let's say goodbye to super smug junk food guzzling Chantelle."
"Oh, no shade, just an observation. I feel like I'm watching a mother with her autistic son."
Maybe think about what your insides and outsides look like as motivation to eat less.
"Maybe someone should control your food like you do Sam's."
Yeah, we would never have known you had issues with food if you hadn't mentioned it.
"Does your psychiatrist know you still eat mukbangs on YouTube? If so, what's their opinion?"
A big reason why I'm so messed up. And I feel like I should tell you guys because you're my audience and I share my life with you. And I have something to tell you guys. I guess talk about what's going on. And it's not easy to talk about. I've kind of just been like bottling it in and like brushing it off like it's okay. So, Bibi and I decided to break up.
Amber Reed. Her parents had severe substance abuse issues, and her mother was on drugs while she was pregnant. She was removed from her home at the age of 7 and grew up in several different foster homes. She was returned to her parents when she was 12, and the issues continued. Her mother has also spent time in prison. Amberlynn gets comments such as, "The big old crocodile tears coming back, your haters have won."
"Your need for validation and acceptance from thousands of people who you'll never meet or care about is absolutely fascinating. You're such a codependent."
New cycle, y'all. Buckle up.
"This is honestly embarrassing."
She is seriously one of the most toxic and manipulative people I've ever seen on YouTube.
If you listen closely, you can hear the ghost of Eric saying no one cares.
I feel so bad for her downstairs neighbors if she's not on the ground floor. Imagine hearing 500 pounds shuffling around above you.
It disgusts me as a 25-year-old girl to think that people will do so many drugs that they can't even take care of their own children. Like, that was just one of the hardest, like, moments, and I think it was, like, one of the moments that, like, made me realize, like, holy shit, my parents are psycho, like...
Jen, Life by Jen. She was sexually abused by her father, and she suffers severe agoraphobia.
Chen gets comments such as narcissistic, bloated, and boring.
Massive, round hunchback, get over yourself, loser, pathetic life.
You do not want to get better. Just eat what you want. Drop the keto act.
Do another video where you swing your arms on a chair and call it exercise while acting winded. Life by Blob.
You're a massive circle covered in bad, discolored skin. Ridiculous.
What's up with the veins on your chest? Looks like a roadmap to hell.
I had not only not left my house, but I had not left my room in 4 years.
Candy, hungry fat chick. Her parents were heroin addicts. She knows that her mother had 7 abortions previous to the pregnancy with her, and she would have been the 8th had her mother known that she was pregnant in time to abort. Her father, a former boxer, was extremely abusive, and her grandfather was also known to get physical at times. Candy gets comments such as,
Stop eating. You're gonna pop. Her arms black.
I think her weight is my phone number. Stop, you're killing yourself.
Bam.
Enjoy your last meal before dying of heart attack.
God created heaven and earth with everything in it. Then this fat, hungry turd came along and ate it. The end.
My grandparents came and they found me, and I was filthy, malnourished, and from what they said, I looked like one of those little Ethiopian children, just little skin and bones and little distended belly, and I looked like I'd been starved plumb almost to death. And it took them weeks to start to get me back to health. I was feral. I was plumb feral. They couldn't take me anywhere. I would fight. I would bite them. I would scream. I didn't want to be touched. And they couldn't even take me into a restaurant or anything. They would have to bring meals out. I was violent. And I'm just really sad that I put them through that. And I did my makeup. I knew I shouldn't have before I started this. I put those people through hell from day one.
Charlie Gold. Her mother was extremely physically and mentally abusive. Charlie confided in a teacher in 5th grade, which caused Child Protective Services to get involved, and an investigation ensued. When she was 14 or 15 years old, she was removed from the home and placed into foster care.
Charlie gets comments such as, imagine if you were actually pretty, or at least not severely overweight. You've got a lot of misplaced confidence.
I used to really like your channel because I thought you were different than the people you react to, but you really aren't. It really doesn't look like you lost any weight, so you really aren't practicing what you preach.
You're just like Ayla and Foodie Beauty. You're not better because you're a bit smaller. You're obese and make excuses.
If you were on your feet as much as you tweet, you'd have kept losing weight.
If you walked as many circles as you talk, you'd be a skinny legend by now.
I was trying to figure out why her makeup looks familiar. It reminds me of Mimi from the Drew Carey Show. You sound just like Ayla in the video. Excuses, 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 and lies. I'm out. Not that you care.
There are people, I believe, who are not meant to be mothers. I am grateful that she was a mother because then I wouldn't be here. But I believe that there are some people who are not meant to be parents, and my mother was one of them. Growing up, didn't get the sense of feeling safe anywhere. Feeling safe with anyone, especially not with my mother.
Angey Lee. Myself. I suffered a decade of childhood sexual abuse, almost daily, in my home. I was treated as a wife when I was 7, till I was 15. I suffered emotional, mental, and sexual abuse. And after I moved out of home when I was 15, I moved in with an alcoholic, became an alcoholic myself, and a drug addict. We all have our traumas. Nobody's story is worse than the next person's story. Some people are able to cope with their traumas differently. Some people try to hide away from them for so many years, and it affects them in adulthood. Some people eat. Some people run. Some people box. Some people dance. Everybody has their own ways of dealing with their issues. So you may not agree with the way that people deal with their issues. And by all means, make a reaction video on the matter. But to go into somebody's comment section where they're forced to see that in order to continue to reply to the people who are there to support them, that is detrimental to the health journey that we're trying to be on. Those words affect us. We're forced to see that. We're not forced to go and look at a reaction video on us. We can choose to ignore that. But we can't ignore the comments that are underneath our videos. And that's where things become hurtful and painful and detrimental. Because that's something we can't run from unless we choose to close our YouTube channel. And if we were to do that, the haters would have won. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please follow these ladies if you don't already. I will link their channels down below in the description. And have a great night. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.